Hello, everyone, and welcome to Eternal X Wolfpack Paranormal Podcast. I am your host, Sean Ellis. And last week, the internet failed on me. And I had this lovely lady here that's coming back on, and we're going to finish our show today from what we were talking about last week, Miss Laura Wilber.
Hello, hello.
Hey.
You look crystal clear and ready to roll.
You know, got a new internet going, and we'll see what happens now because, like you said, it seems like it's doing a lot better than what it was.
Yeah, so much better. You're more clear, and everything's good.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad that that's working out real well. I apologize for the glitch last week with the internet and it cutting out about halfway through the show.
Okay. I've been there.
And you were sitting there by yourself for a few minutes, Carrie.
Running the show for you. That's okay. I've had to do it before.
Yeah. Well, that's cool when you've got another host that understands what's going on and just like
I know when the crap hits the fan, I'm like, oh, jump in, quick, take over until he comes back on.
Yeah, I actually helped produce one here a couple nights ago, and he lost his internet, and I jumped in and helped host his show there for a little bit too because he lost connection with his. So it kind of must be running in the water a little bit.
It's everybody has that problem, and it's better than just sitting there staring at the camera and just not doing anything. So I mean,
right?
Just got to keep it going, keep it going.
Most definitely. Well, I definitely had an interesting night last night.
Do you tell?
I actually got to go see Annabelle.
The infamous Annabelle.
Yes.
Nice.
That was me and one of my teammates actually went to go see her last night. And
there she is.
We took some of the pictures with her. It's the real one in the box and actually the movie one they used here during the movie. So,
right.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
She even smiled for the camera. How nice of her.
Yeah. They had a lot of other objects there too that was pretty interesting as well. And let's see if I can find a couple other images here that I thought was really cool. Let's see here.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know what else would they bring on tour with Annabelle.
This one was called the Devil's Sword.
The Devil's Sword.
That was really cool.
So do you know why it's called that?
Well, there's a sign right there, and I didn't put it into the pictures yet. But it's got a little explanation to what it was, and I didn't really read them yet.
I'm sorry, I put you on the spot.
That's all right. I didn't really.
With the name Devil's Sword, I mean, where'd it come from? Hell itself? It's just.
Yeah, I mean, I was more interested in kind of getting the pictures at the time, and
right.
We were in line, and then I figured I'd go back later on and read them and update it a little bit, and maybe add a little clip it to the side of the picture of what it actually is.
Right.
And but yeah, that was pretty interesting there with that. Let's see what else would we have when we were there. I'm gonna dig into the file here.
It's terrible because my OCD's kicking in. I see the sword and all that, but I noticed that the tablecloth is crooked. It's just wrong.
Yeah, I also got to see Father Bob, that's the one everybody talks about. He was a very nice guy.
There he is.
And we had a little chat. He was pretty cool.
Very
I actually had a chance to talk to him prior on some shows before. And I actually got to meet him last night. So that was pretty neat.
Oh, pretty cool. See, again, I'm zoning in on the crooked collar. Father Bob. I can't help it. It's terrible, guys.
Let's see.
These are the things I pick up on.
Let's see what else we got here. And these two guys here are related to the Warrens. We got to meet them.
Grandchildren?
Yeah, they're like grandchildren or nephews.
Okay.
But yeah, they were really cool guys. We sat there and talked to them for about 45 minutes. Along with some other teams like Illinois Paranormal Research. We got to talk with those guys as well. And, but yeah, it was an interesting day.
Sounds like it was a good time.
So
nice.
Moving some of these here. But yeah, the double sword was pretty cool for sure.
Yeah, I'm curious to find out why it's called that. And so you're going to have to fill us in.
I will send you one here later with the little card of why, and I'll send you the picture of it as well, and a few other pictures that we got. But yeah, it was really interesting. The
first time I've ever heard of it, so I'm curious.
Yeah, I even also got to go to the Sanctum of Souls with Eternal Paranormal last night.
Nice. Wow, you had one hell of a day or a weekend, I should say.
Oh yeah. Hey, Gwen Johns of the All Access Network producer.
Hello, Gwen. Nice to see you.
Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, it was a busy day yesterday for sure. So
yeah, I guess so. Jeez.
But yeah, we had fun. It was actually interesting.
That's great. It's nice to be able to have that opportunity. I would have went if I had the opportunity. Yesterday I had a couple of shows I did, and in between, getting things, because I still run the magazine. So starting for November's issues. So that'll keep me busy for the month.
I know you asked me to do an article, and I have not forgot.
Sure.
I have just been so busy with some things.
And I don't like to badger people. I figure, well, he knows about it. He'll send when he's ready.
I will get it done when I get an actual break. Gwen says it's nice to see both of you.
Oh, it's nice to see her. It's been a while.
Yeah. Actually, when we were at the Sanctum of Souls last night, we had Mr. Bill Walter from Broadhead Manor stop in as well. So yeah, that was really cool.
So yeah, hi Nikki.
Nikki was with me last night. She is one of my team members.
Nice.
She was with me when we went to go see Annabelle last night. So
she got to have the full experience as well.
Oh yeah, I think I got a picture of her in a box somewhere.
Nikki, they put you in a box. Oh my god!
Yeah, hang on, let's see if I can find that one. I just saved it here a little while ago. See if I can find it.
Poor girl goes on a trip and she gets stuffed in a box. How rude! Oh, jeez. Was it at least a spooky box?
Here's a picture of me and her together last night.
Oh, there you go.
I guess I put it in another file by accident.
You look so serious.
I always got a serious look on my face.
Come on, smile.
Anybody that knows me, knows I always got that serious look until we sit around.
You get that look on your face, and they're probably saying, "What the hell's wrong with that guy?"
Having some wisecracks or something, because I've got kind of a dry, warped sense of humor and twisted. So, but yeah.
Sorry, I got kicked off, so I missed what you said. I said, you went on the adventure with them and they stuffed you in a box. I mean, how rude.
Yeah, I'll have to grab that. I accidentally saved it in another file, so I'll have to pull that out from wherever it accidentally got saved to. But yeah, she got in the box, the one with Annabelle.
And then I could hear it now. Hey, Nikki, how was your night? They stuffed me in a box. That's how I spent my night.
Yeah, it was definitely cool. So to pick up where we were last week, we were talking about crystals and protection.
Excuse me.
Do you use any crystals?
I have crystals here at the home, in the shop here. And you see my table behind me.
Mm-hmm.
That's
cool.
When I do, readings and stuff for people, that I have them on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Along with my crystal ball there. Everybody makes fun of that. I said, but yeah, that's for protection. It's not for, like you see in the, in the movies. Oh, I see into the future.
Right.
That's not what that's about. It's a filter. but as far as going out anywhere or on the field, I do have what you might call it, like a medicine bag that I have, and it'll have stuff in it. Also, my rosary beads, and I carry those with me, and that's pretty much about it.
Kind of sounds like you took the page out of my book, because I've got like a little medicine bag full of crystals as well that I carry with me to places in case I need them.
Right, and it's just a small little
Pouch.
little leather pouch with a dream catcher on the front with Indian symbols, and yeah, that's usually just in my pocket, or I carry a small leather bag that I carry with me with my phone and crap in it. And it's always in there, so it's if I'm going out, and of course I mostly do cemetery work now that I'm older, and so yeah, I bring that with me, and so that I know I'm cleansed before and after.
Right.
Just in case, because you don't know. A lot of the cemeteries I go to are very, very old.
Right.
A lot of them are neglected. So you don't know what you're going to run into when you go into those places.
Yeah.
And I don't want it coming home. I already got enough going on here.
My boss was telling me about something that one of his cousins did at the time. And I guess he got a tombstone from a cemetery one time when he was younger. And he told me the location, and I kind of was dumbfounded. And I kept hearing stories about a certain place a Civil War was. And come to find out, it's the same location my dad worked at. They were talking about last summer that Discovery went out there and did some type of research on the land. So here in the next few weeks, I'm going to go out there and see if I can't find that cemetery where it is, because they said it's really old.
Wow. Yeah, that would be great to see.
But yeah, my dad actually worked for the farmer where the land is at. So
right,
a little walk to get to where it's at, but I'm going to definitely
most
try.
of them are. One of the worst ones we've had to go to was down a dirt road, and my husband loves a good dirt road. And it took us a while to get there, and it was really great, because I say about a half hour or so, or maybe an hour to get down the road, and then all of a sudden you just get to this clearing that just opened right up, and it's these all of these stones, and it's just a little tiny cemetery. It had to do with General Steuben and the war up through that way.
Oh, wow.
And these people were involved with that. So I have to re-go over. And that's the problem. When I was filming, everything just shut down on me as far as the camera. And I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And it was all charged. And I didn't have any extra batteries with me that day. And all you hear on my recordings is me swearing at the camera. You effing this and effing. I mean, it's in my pocket. And I was so mad. And they do have this cemetery under security surveillance.
Oh.
Because of where it is, vandals, they had some stones that were damaged, and they did their best to repair them. They take really good care of it. But I have to go back, and I'm going to try to figure out the names, because I want to look them up to find out why they buried them there in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
I mean, this is nowhere. So, and it's really strange. So either they were buried along the trail during the fight, and then they just went back, and then they put stones up for them. It's just really odd that it's just where it is, and why was it there?
Well, I to kind of answer that question, maybe one of my other team members that live in Pekin, Illinois, I went to her house to help her with the situation she had, and we started doing some research on the land. And I guess most of Pekin was a cemetery at one time, and everything's been relocated and moved around in that town from someplace. So some of the properties were actually built on top of old cemeteries that's been moved.
Right.
So that would explain why she may have had some of these stuff going on in her place.
Yeah, it could be. But this was a seasonal road. It's usually used just for snowmobilers and four-wheelers. And you can get down. I mean, thank God we have a truck. And you can get down there, but you got to take your time, because they really don't maintain it very well. So you don't want to go through full bore, driving down and hit one of those holes. But
right,
they do monitor it. And then, of course, it says that And then that's another thing that made me laugh, because there's a sign on the gate and it says park closes at dusk, but then it tells you no trespassing. And I'm thinking, okay, what are we supposed to do? So my husband goes, well, what do you think? I said, all I got is a camera. What are they going to do?
Right.
So I went in there. I said, if anybody, by the time anybody got to us, we would have been gone anyway.
Right.
So I said, all I'm doing is filming, and what's the worst that could happen? Nobody showed up, but I just thought it was kind of contradictory. Here, it closes at dusk, but no trespassing.
Right.
And then it has a big sign saying that it's on surveillance camera, and they had cameras on the trees.
Huh.
So apparently they had a lot of problems because kids, they're going to go back there, drink, and
Right.
cause problems. So that's what that was all about.
Definitely so. I mean, kids don't have any respect for things like that when they're younger, and
no, because there was a couple of vaults there in the ground that one of them was broken.
Oh wow!
And you could look in it, but they cleaned stuff out of it and filled in some things, so you really couldn't see, any kind of remains or anything, which was okay with me because I didn't really want to see that. But
right,
yeah. So they do maintain it, but I've told my husband, I said, we got to go back because I can get it on film. I think I only have a couple of still shots, but that's about it.
Did you catch something good?
Not really. I think and also the way I was feeling about it, I was upset because of the camera. So if there was anything, I wasn't going to pick anything up because I was just distracted.
Mm-hmm.
Here, you're filming along and all of a sudden the camera's beeping and you look at it and you're like, what the? So, well, there goes that. And like I said, I got a few still shots.
Right. You said you prefer cemeteries. Have you done residentials?
I have, long time ago when I was younger. Residentials are very long term. I just don't go in and say, hey, how's it going? Okay, we did this, nice knowing you, and leave. Mm-hmm. It's a very long term commitment, especially if you haven't solved their issue the first time you go through. You got to keep going back. Right. You got to keep in contact all the time. And this could be years. And the last one that I did was very disturbing. It had to do with the passing of an infant at the hands of her father. It was very violent. I have to be very vague about it. One of the people that were with me was overcome by whatever was there, and we had to leave the property with the person. Mm-hmm. And once we took care of what we could, they ended up moving anyway to get out because it was just too traumatic. It's the sounds of the baby crying, all of this, and it was just too much for them to bear. So they ended up leaving the property. And then that's what I said to myself, I think I need to just start doing abandons and cemetery work because it takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, I when I was with the old team that I was on, we actually encountered an investigation one night that a little one, just probably barely able to walk, wandered away from his mom and dad, and got through the screen door to the patio and got in the pool and drowned.
Oh. And
we actually got a connection with that little one that night, and it was amazing. It definitely grabs your heart when you hear bad things like that, and then etc. We also encountered the grandmother that was there, kind of still watching over that little infant spirit too, as well.
Right.
And she was pretty talkative that night as well. And I'll never forget that one. That one definitely will grab your heartstrings when something like that happens.
Well, like I said, this was pretty violent, and it's just I was disturbed in the first place because of what occurred in the home.
Right.
And the spot where it happened, I mean, they did repair the wall, but it's still, you still got just terrible, it was just a heaviness. It was so oppressive. And like I said, it was just awful. And then I thought to myself, well, I can't put people through this on either end.
Right.
And then again, long term, and then having to keep going back. it could be very traumatic towards the people that were involved. And like I said, they just ended up leaving the property. Whether the home still has that activity, I don't know. I've never heard anything more after that, but figured, yeah, I think it's time to get rid of the residential work and just, do, like I said, abandons if it's possible, which is difficult around here because in New York, they're very strict with trespassing rules. And going to jail is not one of my options.
You get 3 free meals a day. Come on.
Yeah, I don't think I'm jail material, so I try to avoid that one.
Actually, I'd done a lot of residentials, and with the former team I was on, and I actually really enjoyed digging into those cases when we got them. Like you said, it does take some time-consuming stuff, and sometimes we've had to go back during intervals for several months there until we actually cornered some of the situation and figured it out. And but the satisfaction of being able to help them get closure and stuff like that is always, to me, well worth it.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful. Because I've had other experiences where it's just more like poltergeist activity, or just I want to see just an easy deal where you could go in there, find out what's going on, learn the history, and do a cleansing, and then everything's settled or happy. And I've never gotten anything back, after the fact. But when it had to do with the violence of the loss of the infant, it was being an infant, even in the spiritual form, they don't understand what's going on. So it's just reliving the trauma and that its last moments were, especially at the hands of its own father. So it's that's just so terrible in the fact of that. I mean, anybody that abuses a child in any way, shape, or form, in my book, should have the air shut off. Yeah, well, I could tell you a little bit about it. It was a young couple, and of course, they had the child wasn't that old, only a month or two, and the mother went to the grocery stores, and the father was left to watch the child. Well, apparently the child wouldn't stop crying, and then of course the father, lost his cool, and all right, I'm going to say it, but he picked her up by the feet and she slammed her into the wall.
Yeah, that's just terrible.
And it was more than once because he actually broke the wall.
Wow. Well, a skull. Well, even at a baby, they got soft skulls, so that just tells you how much force that was actually dealt with there, and that's just terrible. I mean,
and then, like I said, I went in there with my group, and one of the gentlemen, it affected him the most. Trouble breathing, violent headache. He just, it brought him to tears. He was totally destroyed. And I said, no, we've got to take him out and, get him away from this area so that, he could, cleanse right. And then, that's when I had to do, we had to do what we had to do. We did the best we could. And then, like I said, when they contacted again, they sold the house and they left. So
I feel so bad for when things like that happen.
Yeah.
Hello, Kathy Dalton.
Hello.
Thanks
welcome.
for stopping in.
So yeah, that's when you see her that kind of stuff. It's like, I don't know, can I do this? And because you do want to help, but when it's something that violent, and it's like, oh God, and like I said, it's very upsetting to the family. And then and me being empathic, I take on that emotion, so that I'm upset, and it's just but I know how to control that, but it does weigh on you. It's a heavy weight, a heavy burden.
Yeah. Like I said, I definitely agree with Kathy. It's just terrible.
Yeah, it was bad.
That is one thing that I make a priority. If I ever get a call from a family that has little children around that's dealing with stuff, I make that number one.
Right.
I clear my book out, and I definitely go help them first because, kids are important, and,
They become traumatized by
right.
that. I
And
mean, thank goodness that was the only child in the home. Unfortunately, it didn't survive, but
right.
there was another of the children in the home. But after a while, I mean, how much can somebody take?
Right.
Having to hear your baby cry that you can't help, you can't comfort.
And even maybe possibly hearing that energy still existing after the fact on the property and where it happened at,
Right. Well, there
that
again, you're in a situation where it was a violent thing that happened to something so young it didn't understand. So then when, it passed on, confusion, where does it go?
right.
Doesn't know what to do. All it's going to do is cry for mama. And it's,
Right.
that's the feeling that I got from it, is that it was lost and just looking for mommy, and it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, like I said, that just grabs your heartstrings and twists you in every direction. Like I said, no child should ever be abused and neglected or whatever. I just don't believe in that crap.
Yeah, I mean, just reading, when you get they send you something, an email and whatever, and you're like, oh my God, and you're crying while you're reading it,
right?
And then you're hesitant. Do I take this on? Because again, long term, do I have the energy to take this on for possibly years? And of course, I did it because maybe we could find a way to put the spirit at rest. And
right,
we did the best we could. Like I said, I don't know if the home still has these occurrences. I don't know, because we never went back in because the people sold it, and I've never heard anything from anybody else about it. So it's just a big mystery whether it's still there or if it passed on. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully all went well afterwards.
I hope so.
Because like I said, I just don't believe in any type of abuse of children or even women. I see women get battered, and I do not believe in that stuff at all.
Good for you. You're a good man.
And if I ever seen it happen, trust me, with my background that I have, I would probably light into them like a piñata.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, could you imagine the poor mother coming home?
Oh, yeah.
And thinking like, what the hell did you do? And, I mean, automatically, yeah, her and her mom called the police. And, I mean, he admitted what he did. And, he's crying that you're sorry, but sorry doesn't make it better. Don't make it come back.
Yeah, you can't bring that life back.
No, and I get it. You were a young man. You didn't know how to handle it. So it would have been better if he just walked away and let the baby cry instead of
put him or her in the crib and just
don't.
Okay, take a breath, walk away.
Yeah,
get your bearings, and
But that's the problem when you got young kids having kids, and they don't know how to handle those situations.
Yeah, like I said, that's a shame. You said you do some readings as well.
Yeah, it's all in fun, guys. It's all in fun. It's not. I tell everybody, don't judge the cards. You don't let the cards, direct your life. It's entertainment. Because the minute the reading is done, the minute you leave the chair, the reading changes. That's just the way it works. Everything you do affects a reading. So I always tell everybody it's entertainment. I don't charge people for it. It's all in good fun, but it is freaky how that when you do a reading and then I'll get a phone call later, oh my God, this actually came true, or that came true. Or I says, well, sometimes I actually, get it. So it's
right. I mean, it can alter. I mean, it definitely can alter. I mean, me and Pam Harris, I mean, we used to read cards on her show, and sometimes we would come up with the same cards. We'd use the same deck, and she lives in Indiana, and I live here in Illinois. I'd let her read her set. I'd do mine face down until she's done, and I turn mine over, and I would have the exact same card she had.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun.
So, but
and I also do pendulum readings, which is pretty wild.
I like to use pendulums. I don't personally have one yet, but I have used one. I think they're interesting.
Oh, I have a lot of them I made myself, and then I bought a few that I pretty much felt connected to, and they're fun. Again, I always tell people, it's entertainment. It's not carved in stone. Because some people get freaked out. And it's like, no, it just, you take it for what it is. And, if stuff happens, yeah, that's cool. But, just take in consideration that, it don't run your life by, because there are a lot of people, oh, I can't do this unless I do the cards.
Have you ever went back in the paper and read your horoscope for several months back and then realized that stuff has actually happened?
I used to read the horoscopes all the time, but no, I've never done that.
Yeah, I think that's strange as hell, because I've actually, every once in a while I'll read it and then I was like, okay, now I'm curious. So I'll start backtracking it.
Right.
The dates and realizing that some of that stuff actually happened. And I'm like, what the hell?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So my husband gets freaked out every time I'll do something, and he'll see it. And then afterwards, if it happens, he's like, I don't believe this. I'm like, well, you never know.
So is he actually
hit or miss?
Is he actually a skeptic, or does he actually?
Oh yeah, big skeptic. My husband is total opposite of me. I am a positive attitude where he's a negative attitude. It's always doom and gloom. It's always the negative.
So you got your yin and yang right there with you all
exactly. Because I'll tell him, I say, you suck the life out of people. Do you know that?
Have you ever been on an investigation and he's just sitting there like kind of tapping his foot or something? It's like,
well, he goes with me because now my team the people that I had on the team are very busy, so they haven't been involved for a while. So it's just me, and he goes with me because he don't want me to go alone.
Right.
But sometimes, and I'm filming, you'll hear him in the backyard, in the background. Oh, he's got it. My husband likes to swear. See this shit over here? Oh, come on, that ain't real. And I'm like, you want to shut up? I'm filming.
Hey, Susan Victoria's in the house.
Did you put your bloomers on? Come on, get on here.
I think we sent you a link. Come hop on for a few.
But yeah, that's, he's always the naysayer. And it's good because I like that, because this way he keeps me grounded.
Right.
He's right. If you hear something and you're thinking, oh, what was that? And I don't jump to, paranormal, but I think, okay, wait a minute. And then he'll say, well, no, it could have been this. He makes a list. And I say, you're right. And then we go through it and try to debunk whatever it is. So he's kind of like a grounding rod.
So, I've been in cemeteries and I've got some pretty cool pictures of some stuff that happened in cemeteries. So have you guys actually seen something that maybe he looked at and really thought about and was like, nah, and then he's like, it can't be possible. And then you're like,
yes. Because I have a few shorts that I put out, and I've got one. It's actually an area where I ended up with an EVP, and it's a photograph of a deer, but then the stone that's in the forefront, you see a mist.
Mm-hmm.
And I put an arrow towards it, pointing it out, like, what the hell is this? And the day was perfect. It was a perfect day. No fog, no nothing. It was clear. There was no rain the night before. There was no sunshine coming through the trees. So it was a perfect spot. But here's this mist going over this stone.
I got one similar to that from a cemetery that we have. Actually, it's in the intro. My intro, you can see that picture of that stone and that mist coming up over the top of it.
Right.
So
that's then when we got back and I was going through the footage, and my husband goes, what the hell is that? And I go, yeah, I know. I go, but that's the spot where I heard the EVPs on the recorder, where whatever it was saying my name. It said the name Jacob, and there was a stone there with the name Jacob. And then the final EVP was somebody's watching you. Mm-hmm. So that's what I got in that area with that mist. And it was kind of strange too, because it was the first time I've ever gotten an EVP where it sounded like the person was underwater. Like a garble? A garble, like they were underwater trying to talk. You could make out what they were saying, but it was like, yeah, they were. So I don't know if I tried doing some history to see if the person had drowned. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's why it had that effect, but no background about a drowning or anything. So
that's kind of an interesting thought for, if somebody died in a fire, do you hear parts of the flames during the EVP?
Good question.
Or the water when it's like a drown, like you said,
right?
Are actually gasping for air if they're suffocating.
Right.
Between
I sent it out to
breaths.
multiple people because I'm thinking, all right, I want you guys to analyze this. Tell me what you think. I said, because doesn't it sound like they're underwater? And everybody that I sent to said, yeah, that's what it sounds like. So I don't know why it had that effect. And all I could think of is maybe the person drowned. That's the only thing that would make sense.
Have you ever used a Tesla coil where you hear like the syllables when they talk? Because it kind of sounds like Charlie Brown, the teacher going wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, no.
But you can actually hear the syllable between the Tesla coil and the popping.
Right. No, I don't use any of that stuff. It's just basic digital recorder and a camera. That's all I bring. Oh, and I do have a bell, but it's the no electronics to it whatsoever because I want no chance of corruption. So it's just a regular $3 front desk bell.
So kind of like an authentic dead
It's just a regular, yeah. And I just set that out. I've used it a couple of times and I've gotten nothing so far. But all still part of the experiment.
Right.
So, which I would be just elated if,
oh yeah,
it went off and because there's no electron. It's just a bell,
right.
and it's yellow and it has a smiley face. I call him Herbie. So, if Herbie goes off, then, we really know we got something good going on.
That would definitely be a catcher, especially with no electronics or a sensor added to it, trip it.
And that's what I want to prove. And it's funny. The last time I used it, and my husband walks by, and he didn't see me put it down. So that's in his defense.
Right.
Oh, thank you, dear. And he goes, and I'm filming. This your bell? I said, well, who the hell do you think it belongs to? Well,
no, it's on the grave, man, just in case they wake up so we know that you got to dig them up.
Right. He's like, well, I don't know. People leave stuff on the. I go, yeah, I get it. I said, no, Herbie belongs to me.
That now that I think about it, if I do get buried, I think I want a dead man's bell next to my grave.
I would love to find an authentic one somewhere, but I haven't gotten to a cemetery where it's old enough to actually have that.
I've actually seen them in a few cemeteries that I've been at.
I think that would be so cool.
Yeah, they're like really rusted over and they really don't swing a lot, but I have seen a couple of them, and I think that would kind of be cool, especially if somebody's walking through the cemetery and all you're ding, ding.
Well, see, what you do is you bring some WD-40 with you and you lube it up, and then you sit there and you do your thing, and then if it goes off,
yeah,
that's awesome.
But
these are the kind of things I think of.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I told a bunch of people when I die, I'm going to have them pass out Ouija boards because I'm going to contact everybody by a Ouija board.
Oh, there you go. I'm just going to show up and screw around with everybody. Just because I could.
But yeah, it's, I have actually seen a couple of some really old cemeteries like Salem Cemetery we have down here in Chillicothe, Illinois. And that cemetery is really old, and you've seen a couple of them sitting next to the tombstones.
See, and that's what you got to do. You got to get, like I said, the WD-40, lube up the joint there and the bell itself, and then just sit there and then start doing your thing. And boy, I'm telling you, if that goes off, you better catch it on film.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Because how are you going to fake that one? Come on.
We were actually in the one I was just talking about in Salem, me and a group of people, and some of my new team members were there when we started out. And there's the old black iron gates in front of it.
Yep.
No wind that night at all, and the gates would just open up at will. Guess who just appeared?
There she is. She put her bloomers on.
She's got her avatar going.
That a girl.
Are you kidding me? It's like late for me.
Oh, come on. You got to have some excitement today.
Oh, come on. It's only, it's 20:07. You still got a little time before you go to bed. At least 20 minutes.
She told me one time she had to go to bed early because she had to get a rest so she didn't turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah, basically.
How you doing, Susan?
Oh, I'm good. Good. Being lazy.
So, so you thought Annabelle possibly cursed me this morning, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
That was definitely interesting to go see her last night.
Oh, Susan, I saw video of Salem as of today. Oh God, you guys
It's crazy.
you guys are gonna be in hell. It's the streets were so packed.
I know.
It was a live feed, and I'm like, oh my God, they're going there. We'll never find them.
It is packed. It is packed. So yeah, it'll be fun though.
Just put your wings on and open them up, and it'll just clear them all out and get them out of the way.
Yeah, then we could spot her in the video.
Right.
Exactly.
That would actually be cool. We could see her walking in there and her wings all spread out.
She's gonna have the white wings, so just hit that button, let them bad boys fly open, and then we'll say, "There they are." Then she'll get in trouble because she put somebody's eye out.
Did you say Carla was going with you?
Yes, she'll be there with me.
Hell, she can dress up in her alter ego as well, and you guys can have the red and your dark look and wings out. Hell yeah.
Exactly. We're going to blend right in though.
Yeah, you will. Well, see, that's the plan. Everybody's going to be in costume. I can't go with them, but I'm going to be in there with them via internet. So everybody's going to be in costume, and we're going to just go with it and experience Salem live with the girls.
Yeah, it's going to be. But although, if we do a witch ritual, naked, then we're not filling it.
All right. No. Come on. Now we need to see the full experience, bare ass and all. I'm sorry. You got to take one for the team.
Because that's what they do. They have they have like the last night. We may not catch it, but they have a ritual there.
Naked under the full moon.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So I don't. You
so we don't have
blur things on it. You'll be all right.
So we don't have
cover myself. I could cover myself with my wings.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can have them wrap you.
Yeah.
There you go. Then we don't have to put an R rating on it when we research it.
Right? You say no copping out. You got to do the full experience.
If I see you guys go live that day, I'm going to remember that. I was like, hey, where's the show later?
That's right. But type in there. Okay, where's the naked dancing? Let's go. Oh man. And then the next thing you know, you hear the sirens and they're getting arrested.
Wouldn't be the first, Laura. Wouldn't be the first.
Susan in cuffs, naked with wings. That's a picture.
Yeah.
Out of the two, I think probably Susan's the rebel of the two, right?
Me and her, or her and Carla?
No, you and her, you and Susan.
Laura only knew what
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth, guys. No, I do not reveal my secrets.
Hey, that would be interesting. You guys also actually do shows together too.
Yes, we have a good time.
We do.
Well, we did one was yesterday.
Yeah, with Robert the Doll, David Sloan.
Really?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So how'd that turn out? I'm gonna have to go back and watch that one since I was gone all day yesterday.
He even had the stand-in behind him in the camera, so we got to see the Robert the Doll stand-in. But he was sharing all of his experiences with that. Because how long, Susan? I forgot. He said how long he's been with the doll.
God,
involved with the doll, I should say.
Well, he's been in the field for about over 25 years.
Oh wow!
So yeah, I think it was like 1980 or something around there.
Okay, and he has just been with this doll. I mean, the doll is in a museum because it's an artifact.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
but he's had connections with the doll, and it's in his own experiences with the doll for over, you got to say, over what, 40 years.
Yeah.
So that would actually be next on my bucket list because I got to see Annabelle yesterday. So Robert will be next if I get a chance.
Well, and not for nothing. I mean, if you can get a hold of him, bring him on your own show because he'd be willing. He loves talking about it. He's very knowledgeable.
Yes, he's great.
He loves the questions.
Yes.
Maybe I'll have to get with one of you guys here later on or tomorrow. And
yeah, because he will actually. Susan has all of his info.
Yep, he even gave me his digits, so I have the connections.
He's got it going on.
We'll definitely have to check that out because he actually interests me just like Annabelle did, and like I said, that was a once in a lifetime deal that I got a chance to do that, so I did it.
Yeah, he was a great guest, and like I said, he loved the questions, and he answers them all to the best of his ability, and just telling us stories. And the thing is, it's nice because, like with Annabelle, and I made that reference in the show. Mm-hmm. Annabelle, they have no back history on this doll. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So as far as we know, she could have came from Kmart, the blue light bin. Kmart. I mean,
True.
You know, we don't know. This doll has been traced back to a famous doll maker in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do remember seeing and reading some articles about him.
Right.
And then the what is it? The stuffing is from the Black Woods, right?
Right.
Hmm.
Yes. So that's why they think that there is a connection between the Black Woods and whatever is supposedly inhabiting the doll itself. They think there's more than one spirit.
Yeah.
Now, if I remember right, the article that I read, didn't a lady create that doll and stitch him together with all that stuff in it?
That is the story they said. And they said that she cursed it. But the doll, it dates back to and is traced back to this German doll maker.
Yeah. Steph, I think. Steph, something like that.
Oh God.
The company.
And yeah, because they recognized the stitching. Yeah. It correlated with other stitchings from other plushies that they had in the day. Right. And so when they did do the research, they found out that, that's where it came from. Then the woman didn't create the doll. She is the one that cursed the doll.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And it had to do with, I believe, the death of her child.
Yep.
So it was revenge for the death of her daughter. And they believe that the daughter is one of the spirits that is in the doll at certain times.
Wow. That's interesting.
Now, did he say, and there's also elementals that protect, two elementals that are protecting the girl and the doll. So it's like I said, there's just not Robert. They're thinking there's several. And it's at different times whenever one of them will appear or let itself be known. So definitely a good guest. You need to contact him.
Interesting. He is.
Because, I'm not a big advocate for haunted items. I really am not.
Right.
Until I have proof that it's all up in the air. But he knew his stuff. And what he said made sense. So now I'm thinking, okay, I'm on the fence with Robert. Maybe there is something to it. I'm not saying 100% because I haven't experienced it personally. But it's good to collect the data and the stories. And
so from when he said that the lady that created it cursed the doll, did she do some type of ritual, did he say?
What did she I forgot the name of the religious group. It's not voodoo, but it's akin to voodoo.
Hoodoo?
No, it was something else. Damn, I don't know what I did with the paper I had it written down on.
That's interesting.
Yeah, like I'm saying, you got to have him on there. You got to bring him on, and he'll just fill you in. If you have any doubts or didn't understand the doll itself, he clears it right up. Because there was things that he told us that I didn't even know about this doll in the history. So, it sheds some light on a dark subject.
Yeah, like I said, I've seen pictures and read some articles, and that interests me, on how that was. And,
And he also mentioned, Sean, how the tree of life, he said there was a tree of death.
Yes.
And I have to look into that.
Well, everything has to have a balance. So if you have a tree of life, you have to have death, just like yin and yang, good versus evil.
Yep.
Or if you don't have that balance, you can't exist.
Yeah.
Right. See, I never heard stories about the tree of death. And I have always followed the tree of life. I've got jewelry, it's tree of life. That's just my thing. It's just, so when he mentioned that, I'm thinking, oh, all right. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Good, evil. So I haven't had a chance to look it up yet. Cause today, like I said, I was a zombie, but definitely interesting. So you have to find out the information on that one.
I would love to go to the Black Forest.
Oh yeah. That would be on my bucket list. Yeah. That would definitely be on. If you go, let me know because I'll try to find a way to go with you. That would be something.
And no dancing naked through the trees, Susan.
Man, Laura, come on.
Even though Sean might enjoy that, but it's.
Oh hell! But yeah, that
he might join you actually.
Yeah, going through that place, that'd definitely be interesting. We might have a lot of things follow us.
Yeah, jeez.
Oh shit! But
you hear like a stampede behind you, and all the Susan's going, "Run!"
Should just take those wings out and start flying and say, "See you later."
That's what I'm concerned about, Susan. If it's windy that day, maybe Carla should tie a rope to your ankle.
Well, no. So the thing is, so I no longer. I'm not getting the white wings. They're actually black.
Oh, okay.
But I have to send you a picture of them. So, but they're the ones that you could control with your arms.
Okay.
But they're huge. They're huge.
But that's what I'm saying. If you got them open and a wind comes up, you're headed for the trees.
Well, they'll only be open if I have my arms out.
Oh, okay.
Are they the ones you showed me before when we were talking about them?
Yes. So those are them.
Yeah, that would actually be cool.
Yeah.
So we just got to make sure she doesn't point stuff out because
no,
I don't know how the weather's going to be. It might be a little blustery that day, and
right.
I see Carla chasing you down the street.
I hope that I don't need to wear a jacket because it's going to be so uncomfortable wearing a jacket.
Oh yeah.
Well, how would you wear a jacket when you got your wings attached?
I know.
Yeah, you can't. Well, I mean, are you still able to wear your regular costume?
Well, what I'll probably do is I'll actually wear like a hooded cloak.
Okay.
Instead of the half piece that I wear.
Okay.
And maybe that's a little bit, that'll be a little bit warm for me.
Right.
So I think I'll be good.
All right. So yeah, it should be warm enough. There's Carla.
Yeah.
Carla, we're just saying
we are alive.
You're gonna have to keep Susan on the ground so the wind doesn't blow her away in Salem. Susan, the human kite.
How you doing?
Look it up in the sky. What is that?
So Sean, I already told Laura this, but I had my past regression session. Awesome. So I was dated to the Viking era. My name was actually Nessie. And my father was actually king.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That would explain a few things that we talked about.
Yeah. It was awesome. He's a really nice guy, Paul Goddard. He's really great. I like him.
I'd like to have that.
I'm going to answer Carla's question here. Carla, I have never done a pre-recorded show. I'm always live.
Live and in your face.
Live.
But yeah, that would explain a few things that we've discussed over the time here, last several months.
Yep.
That's interesting.
It was awesome.
Cool.
That's good.
It's like you're under meditation and you're like totally aware, but it's like you go like back into time. It's really cool.
Yeah, so it is.
You could hear yourself saying things that you normally wouldn't say.
Yes.
Oh.
So basically you go into like a really, really, really deep meditation and you go, and then you go back in time. And
that's
then you
wild.
just like relive, like you just say what you picture or who you are and the year, and it's pretty interesting. But then after that, I jumped a little bit, and then I went into my second past life, which my mother, she was, I guess, she was beautiful. She had like long red hair. She
Mhm.
was a witch. Um, and the neighborhood, like the neighbors and stuff, like voodooed her or whatever it was. And it was actually passed down to me. I had a baby sister that was sick, and I was a healer as well. Like I would touch someone and I would like basically like heal them.
Oh.
Thank you, Carla. Yeah, that's interesting.
Now
Yeah,
I'm
I know
curious.
I know exactly what Susan's talking about, because when I've done my past regression, the way she described it is exactly how it feels.
Right. Are you guys able to speak in the language of the time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah, but I spoke English. Like I just spoke like regularly, like I'm doing now.
Right.
Um, but I don't know if you could actually speak like I wasn't speaking like that heavy accent like Viking, because
Right.
it went back to Greenland. Like I was back in Greenland. But it was interesting. It's really interesting.
Really
So
cool.
then
Yeah.
so then the Viking, with their magic and druids and stuff that they've had, in Ireland having the druids, that would make the connection that we've talked about as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you had your past life regression, Sean, what did it reveal for you?
I was actually in one of my past lives, I was actually standing in front of a platform in the center of town of where they were going to crucify Jesus.
Oh.
And I was standing in the crowd, and a couple of my former teammates were also in that time frame as well. And when they said that they were going to crucify him, the whole crowd just went, you just heard a pin drop. It's like, oh my God, they're actually going to do this. And it was the craziest experience you've ever experienced, because it felt like you were actually standing right there when it happened.
So what I was saying is that you were a follower of Jesus.
Well, at that time, I was either a follower or somebody that was helping at the time, because I was part of
Right.
the rebellion with helping him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild. Oh,
And
geez.
then I've had some where I've been to Excalibur, the time of Excalibur, having something to do with the Knights of the Round Table.
That's cool too.
And also, like me and Susan has talked about here before, some of the Druids from Ireland, because my family is from Ireland. So half of my family has been from there.
That's wild.
And that would explain some of the stuff, with the Reiki and etc. as well.
But you know what's interesting though, Laura? That same figure came to me again in the second life.
Right.
He was bright as light, had the cloak, the gold embroidering, and he kept on calling me my child. So he reappeared again in my past life. But I died at a very young age. I died like I would say in my 40s.
Okay.
But it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Carla's actually got a question here. How was your experience at the museum? Do you believe the objects are haunted? How do I say this?
In a nice way.
To me, it wasn't an overwhelming feeling or anything like that. To me, it was just Annabelle. Some of the objects around there that I did see had a lot of energy off of them and were really cool. Like the Devil's Sword was really cool to see. And they had a couple other things there that was really interesting as well. But being like I said, an opportunity to see it once in a lifetime. I thought it was really cool.
So you didn't feel anything from actually Annabelle?
No, but see, Nikki, when she was there, she felt a little bit. But like I said, her being the way she is, me being the way I am, and the stuff that I've already been through, I don't feel energy like some people do. I feel it a little different. It has to be pretty strong for me to actually feel it if it's a threat.
Like the woman that you were speaking of that you just walked by.
Oh, yeah. Like bumping into her, knowing that something was attached to her.
Right. That's pretty strong.
Yeah. I felt that right off the bat. And like I said, we took care of that issue right before we left that night, or last night as well. Yeah. So I was watching the people around as well, and some of them were kind of overwhelmed, when they walked in there and actually seen it. So I was kind of watching it as an experiment myself, watching the reaction of everybody around when they were looking at these objects. So
right.
It was definitely interesting. For once in a lifetime going to check it out, it was definitely worth it. So.
Excuse me.
So
yeah, I mean, I would if I had the opportunity, I would still go, because it's the curiosity that gets at you.
Definitely.
You want to know if there is anything that you do feel or experience.
Yeah, I could tell. Like it's weird when Laura and I were interviewing David. I could feel the energy from him. Like he has a good amount of energy.
Mm-hmm.
There were some parts of the interview that I was like a little overwhelmed when I was talking to him, but then it settled down.
Yeah, because you were actually rather quiet.
Yes.
So,
and I've actually had interviews with people, and it took me a while to figure this out. When we were sitting here talking, just like me and Laura were talking, I've had interviews with certain people, and all of a sudden they start getting a headache. And so do I. But I think it's because the energy between the two of us is like the positive and negative, and it's causing that. And I didn't really pick up on it until about the 6th or 7th time I talked to this person, because he actually embraces the dark side with everything he does. So, I mean, he summons his dark side stuff to take care of the issues where I actually can do both sides. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it took me a little while to actually notice that when I was having a conversation with that person. But otherwise, after I figured it out and got myself rebalanced, it really doesn't affect me that much anymore. So, but yeah, it's definitely interesting. Well, ladies, it is at the top of the hour, and I am doing a double header. I've got another show here in about another 40 minutes.
He's kicking us to the curb.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
I'd never kick you guys to the curb. Is there anywhere you guys would like to say for where they can find you guys and your shows?
Go ahead, Susan.
Oh, Under the Moon Dancing?
You're going to dance naked? The next full moon, you'll be seeing Susan's moon as well.
The next full moon. Actually, Laura's going to be joining me, but on the 18th, we're going to have the premiere of the Darkwood Hauntings episode 4. Carla's going to be joining us. Laura, myself, Crypt Walker. So it's going to be a good show.
Are we all going to be in costume?
And we're all going to be in costume.
Miss Carla,
yes.
Better get that costume on.
Yeah. Well, I might be making an announcement here maybe next week. I got to check. I got to check with work, and it is dealing with the guest that I'm going to have next on the next show here in a few minutes. But if I can get the time off, it's October 30th and 31st. We'll be staying at one of the most haunted places in Illinois if I do get a chance to go.
Wow.
See, he's dangling the carrot.
Yes, of course. He always does that.
Yeah, I know, nah, but I know.
He always says that.
So
the rest of you got to suffer, but it's
But I mean,
you find me on Facebook, Raw Side Paranormal. Find me on YouTube. I do a morning chat show 3 days a week called The Morning Brew, and that's just everyday, conversation and having a little fun.
Right.
And for the month of October, I've been doing scary stories at the end of every program. And then Wednesdays, I do my interviews. That's with the paranormal people. And then, of course, every other Saturday with Susan on her channel. And as soon as Carla gets her stuff back on schedule, we'll probably be going back to doing our Chick Chat, which is on Sunday nights. And it's, again, just talking paranormal or whatever we feel like that day. So it's I try to keep myself busy. Also, and the magazine I put out every month, for it's for my members. It's all paranormal stuff, the experiences that people have sent in, poetry, art, recipes, whatever they want to send.
And Laura, you forgot the best part.
The best part.
What we discovered today.
Oh, Susan and I are part of the wrestling team.
Yes.
Wrestling?
We have become official wrestling characters on YouTube.
I have to send it. Well, we posted it on our page. But
okay.
So.
All right. If you guys are wrestling characters, I got to be your valet, man. I got to be the bodyguard.
I'm telling you, Susan's.
They're awesome.
Susan's is awesome. She looks so spooky. It is fantastic. I can't wait for our first match. That's going to be great.
I know.
We're a tag team match. So
that'll be cool. That'll definitely be cool.
So, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
And I know one of your other colleagues here is Carla. Carla, she's in her comments here. Definitely go check out all three of these ladies.
Yes.
They got some great shows. So
yeah, we have a good time and we try to get to the truth. We're very open-minded. So, anybody interested, just contact one of us and we could have you on the show. Or like I said, the same thing with the magazine. Just send me whatever you want to my email address, rawparanormal8@gmail.com. And I'll put it in.
Yeah, definitely. And everybody could reach out to me, Central Mass Paranormal Society. I'm everywhere. YouTube, TikTok, Susan Victoria. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, you guys do a great show. And
thank you.
I definitely like watching it. And you guys dig into stuff really good as well. And I know Carla does a great show as well. And she's been on the show before as well. But I do know that you two will be part of the round table in December too.
Looking forward to it.
Can I say off with your heads?
Yes, you can say off with your heads.
Off with your heads.
All right.
She's rough, guys. Oh my God.
I'm going to close out the show here, ladies, and thank you both for stopping in. And you guys have a great rest of your weekend.
You too. Thanks everybody for hanging out.
All right, I'm going to drop you guys backstage. And
no, don't drop us.
Yeah, definitely go check out all those guys on their pages. They do a great show. And I'm going to close out this one here real quick with a quick advertisement as soon as I find it here. So here we go. The All Access Network. And like I said, we'll have a double header here at 7 p.m. Central. Well, we'll have the second show with Fandom Pals. I'll see you here in a few. Catch you in a few.